Hypertrophy week. First up, Samson QL stretch. Got a lot of fun stuff ahead for you guys. I hope you're nice and warm and cozy. Got your PJs on. Yeah, simple stuff here. Squeeze the glute. Tuck underneath, drive that hip forward, nice deep lunge. Hands go up. Slight little arc, slight little back bend. And then play around with some angles for that hip, QL muscle. Press your hips toward the kneeling side. Reach your hands toward the front knee. And then I've been playing around with like rotations with my spine. So just think about nice, easy circles, pushing the hip all different directions, trying to get all the funk out. I spend about 30 seconds. And then we're gonna rinse and repeat on the other side. Squeeze your glutes, tuck the butt underneath, drive that hip forward. Nice deep lunge, hands go up. Hips go to the kneeling side. Trying to get those lats opened up. We got deadlifts on tap today with some fun stuff built around it to be hypertronic. All right, next up, guys, we're gonna do just 3 each side transverse bridge. Nice and easy. It's not part of our workout, it's for mobility. So take your time with the rotation, starting in a bear crawl position. Bring the hips up and over, press your hands to that bottom. Or press your bottom hand into the floor, big reach, get the hips up, activate the glutes, drop back down, come back around, rinse and repeat. So again, try to use it as mobility, not as a warm-up, just to get the muscles stretched a little bit, bring some mobility into the hips and upper back. All right, guys, warm up, 3 exercises. I did change it a little bit. I started with one concept and I changed it this morning. It's your lucky day. We're doing 3 exercises. We're going to do a ramp up. So it's going to start with a rep number and we're going to add a rep number to it. I didn't put that in the chat, but I'm explaining it now. First up, walk out with a push-up. Open up the hamstrings, right? We're doing deadlifts today, so we want to make sure the hamstrings are loose. Try to keep your back flat, fold over at your waist, and then walk yourself out. Stop here for a second, get a nice quality push-up, and then go back into that walkout position. Starting with 5, adding, let's start with 3, add 3 each time, okay? Next up, hollow rock. Flatten your back to start, tuck that butt underneath, feet up, 6 inches off the ground, chin tucked towards your belly button, and we're rocking. It's probably one of the only times we will say we want you to round your spine, but you want to create a nice little wheel or half moon so you can start that rock. Start with 10 and then add 10 each time. We're doing 30 rounds, so you should end up with 30. Good job. Next up, banded, Deadbugs. If you don't have a band or you don't have somewhere to loop this up to, I just looped it up to the kettlebells, but be careful you don't pull too hard on it. You're just literally looking to get some resistance in that lat area. Okay, so attach it to something if you have a band and if you have something to attach it to. But ideally, keep that belly button pressed into the floor. So you want to tuck the butt and then make sure you have resistance on here. You want to feel it in your lats. Okay? And then your normal dead bug procedure. Press the knee out, extend it, drop it down, trying to keep that lower back flat on the floor while trying to keep tension on the band. Okay? Starting with 5 each side, adding 5 each side. Okay? So 3 rounds, increasing reps, should probably take about 10 to 12 minutes. All right, should be plenty of warmed up by now. You guys can take a look at the chat. I'm going to explain how the work period's going down. It is a build-off or complement to last week, but more hypertrophy-based. So we have one main lift. That's going to be exercise A. Every day, obviously, is something different. And it's going to be built off the 6 major exercises that we focus all of our programming around. Today's deadlift. That's exercise A. And there's 3 exercises after that, labeled 1, 2, and 3 for ease of explanation. Exercise 1 is going to be a complementary exercise. Exercise 2 is going to be an opposing muscle group or opposing joint function. And number 3 is going to be a hold of some sort. That's a complement to the exercise on deck for today, or every day. Each day, obviously, is something different. But the deadlift is going to be A by itself. You're going to do eventually throughout the whole work period, you're going to be doing 8 sets of the deadlift. 4 of which are going to be progressive overload, and your last 4, if you have weights that progress, are going to be standard straight sets, right? So after that, by the time you get to that 4th set, you should be at a weight or a cadence or a tempo that you're going to be using for the weights that you have. So if you look, it's going to be a little ramp up. A by itself, and then A plus 1, rest, and then A plus 1 plus 2, rest, A, 1, 2, 3, and then rest, and then we're going to work our way back down. You guys know the deal, but I'm going to go through it anyway, because that's what I do for a living. Deadlifts. I don't care what kind of weight you got. You're going to be doing a hinge and a flat back, right? If you can master those 2 things, you can master pretty much any exercise. Now, if you don't have weights to progress upward, how could you make that exercise more intense with the same weight? Just slow your tempo down. Maybe you hinge, right? You're still keeping your back flat, but now it's maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 on the way down, and then up. And then how do you make that more intense? Increase the time under tension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So you can increase the time that rep is taking you. And the muscles are working longer, and that's a good way, easy way to kind of progress without having to add extra weight. Your next exercise, dumbbell pullover, exercise 1. Love for you guys to do them on a a horizontal position. So if you have a bench, you can always use the floor if you don't have a bench. But you're looking to keep your upper back supported as well as your neck. Right? So that's the very least that you need to be supporting. Now, if you have 2 dumbbells that are lighter, fine. You're going to keep your elbows in a fixed position, and then try to keep the same position on both shoulders. Get a good stretch on the way down. Be careful, be mindful of the weight you have, and know your limits. You obviously don't want to hurt yourself, and you don't know where that point of no return is going to be. Like, should I go back further? Keep on testing the waters, but don't go too crazy too soon. That makes sense? Hopefully. Simple stuff, right? You get that good stretch. When you come past, try to squeeze. This is like the hardest thing for me as a coach to try to get you guys to do. Use these muscles here. You're pulling over, okay? That's going to be exercise 1, 15 reps. Your opposing muscle group is going to be an Arnold Press. Standing or seated, doesn't matter. But you're going to press the dumbbells up first and then rotate outward. Okay, obviously trying to keep that trunk nice and tight. Down, so your abs are tight. Press up, rotate out. Okay, and then your third is going to be a farmer's hold. Literally just getting those shoulders positioned back and then down. Now, if you have weights that maybe aren't as heavy as they could be, you could really work on your grip strength and really squeeze the dumbbells or kettlebells, whatever you have. You could also do a balance with a knee raise alternating, right? That's just going to change and shift the exercise and make it a little bit more challenging. Okay? Those are your A, 1, 2, and 3 exercises. Everybody's done? All right, little finisher, quick. Tabata, squared. One is gonna be not isometric, but isolated. Tabata, obviously you guys know the deal. Maybe I shouldn't say obviously. Obviously, maybe not. 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 8 rounds. We're gonna do one, the isolation first, and then we're gonna do the cardio. Isolation is really simple. It's just a bicep curl. So find a pace that you could sustain for the whole 20 seconds. 10 seconds of rest. Try not to put the dumbbells down. Beep goes off. You're going right back into the curl. Okay? Key component, shoulders back. Don't let the shoulders roll forward because then the shoulder takes over. Okay? You want the biceps to work, so you're here. Nice proud chest. Okay? That's 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 8 rounds. Next up, medicine ball slams was the original idea, but if you guys are home, you don't have a ball, totally fine. You can do a ground to overhead with 2 dumbbells or 1. Hips are back, almost in that deadlift position again. Shoulders, then chest. Sorry, chest, then shoulders. Right? So you're still using the hinge. Here, either 1 dumbbell or 2, doesn't matter. Okay, that's going to be 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. We'll do 1 first, tire the arms out, get a nice little pump, and then we'll go to the cardio. Any questions? You don't need a lot of weight for these. Light weights, a lot of reps. Let's go.